Start of narration. Tonight, the air was crisp and cool, the kind of night that makes you pull your collar a little tighter. Our gentle cloud ghost, Whisper, was doing her usual thing, floating silently through the quiet streets, a silent observer of the human world. She's had moments, fleeting bits of acceptance here and there, but a familiar loneliness always seemed to find its way back, a quiet companion on her nightly journeys. She often drifted along, wondering if there was more kindness she could share, some way to bridge the gap between her world and theirs. And then it happened. A tiny, distressed sound cut through the deep silence of the night. It was a faint, fearful meow, a sound so small, yet it pierced the quiet like a needle. Whisper, ever curious and kind, immediately followed the sound. Her translucent body, like a wisp of spun moonlight, navigated the deep shadows of the alleyways. She drifted past sleeping cars and silent houses until she found the source. There, huddled in a narrow gap beneath a thick, thorny rosebush right next to a rickety old fence, was the tiniest creature she had ever seen. It was Milo, a small, frightened orange kitten. He was shivering, not just from the cold, but from pure terror. His little body was trembling, his fur was matted with dirt, and his eyes were wide with fear. He was tiny and utterly, completely alone in the big, dark world. Whisper's heart, though not a physical thing, ached for him. Instinctively, she reached out, a soft, glowing hand extended to offer comfort, to tell him everything would be okay. But her cloud-like hand passed right through him. A cold, stark reminder of what she was: a spirit, a ghost. She couldn't touch, she couldn't hold, she couldn't physically comfort this little soul who needed it so desperately. The disappointment was sharp, but Whisper knew one thing for certain: she couldn't leave Milo. Not like this. The priority, the only thing that mattered right now, was getting him help, and fast. Her gaze drifted to the nearby house, a warm light glow from a window. Inside, she could see the homeowner, an elderly woman named Mrs. Davies, peacefully reading a book in her favorite armchair. Hope surged through Whisper. Maybe, just maybe, she could get her attention. Whisper tried everything she could think of. She gathered her ethereal energy, focusing it on a single dry leaf on the porch. She made it rustle, not just a gentle flutter, but a loud, insistent scratching sound against the wooden planks. She even mustered all her strength to make the old porch light flicker, just once, a sudden, sharp flash in the darkness. But inside, Mrs. Davies was lost in her book. She heard the leaf, sighed, and simply thought, "The wind is picking up." She saw the flicker, and with another small sign, made a mental note to change that old light bulb tomorrow. It was just the house settling, just the quirks of an old home. A wave of discouragement washed over Whisper. It felt heavy, even for a being made of air and light. Her usual methods, the small, subtle nudges she used to interact with the world, they weren't working. The situation was too urgent. Milo's shivering was getting worse, his meows weaker. And then, as she floated there, feeling helpless, a realization sparked within her. She had been focusing on moving things, on physical tricks. But that wasn't her true power, her true strength. Her unique gift was the power of sound. She couldn't move heavy things, no, but she could manipulate the air. She could shape energy. She could create a whisper. Closing her ethereal eyes, Whisper focused every ounce of her being. She gathered all her soft, pink, soothing energy, the very essence of her gentle spirit. She wasn't just trying to make a sound, she was trying to replicate one. She channeled the memory of Milo's cry, his fear, his desperation. She shaped the air and the energy around her, creating a soft, amplified cry, an exact mimicry of Milo's terror, but clearer, louder, and aimed directly, like a focused beam of sound, right toward Mrs. Davies' open window. Inside, the world of Mrs. Davies' book fell away. She stopped reading, her head lifting from the page. She heard it. Not a rustle, not a flicker, but a sound that went straight to her heart. A hauntingly clear, distant meow. But it wasn't distant. It sounded so close, as if it were right outside her door. Putting her book down, she followed the sound. It led her out of her cozy living room, onto the cool porch, and across the dew-kissed grass. The sound grew stronger, pulling her toward the dark corner of her yard right to the ancient, thorny rosebush. And there, trapped and shivering, was Milo. "Oh, you poor thing," she gasped. With gentle, careful hands, she parted the thorny branches, pulling the tiny kitten free. She scooped him up, hugging him close to her warm sweater, his little body immediately relaxing into her warmth. From her place in the shadows, Whisper watched, her form shimmering. Ethereal tears of pure relief welled in her ghostly eyes. She had done it. Milo was safe. As Mrs. Davies carried the kitten inside, promising him a warm bowl of milk and a soft bed, she paused. Something made her glance back toward the rosebush, and for just a brief, fleeting second, she saw it. A faint pink glow, like the last light of a sunset, hovering right where Whisper was floating. Mrs. Davies didn't gasp. She didn't look scared. A knowing, gentle smile spread across her face. She looked into the night air, into the space where the glow had been, and she whispered, her voice full of warmth and gratitude. "Thank you, my little unseen guardian." Whisper felt the words wrap around her like the warmest hug she had ever known. Tonight, she wasn't just a lonely observer, she was a helper, a guardian. And as she floated up into the starry sky, she knew, with a certainty that filled her entire being, that she had found her purpose. Thank you so much for joining us for this heartwarming story. If you enjoyed spending time with Whisper and Milo, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tales of kindness and magic. Until next time, take care.